You ever hear about the time a nosy HOA Karen scaled my fence, only to come face to face with a pack of highly trained police K9s? Yeah, you can probably picture how that ended, but I promise, you haven't heard the half of it. So buckle up, because this is the story of how one power-hungry neighborhood president found out the hard way that not every yard in Willow Creek is hers for the trespassing, and how a little pettiness, some furry justice, and a whole lot of stubbornness turned our quiet suburb into something out of a reality show, minus the commercial breaks. So, let me back up a sec. My name's Alex, and for the record, I'm not just the guy with too many dogs and a suspiciously tall fence. By day, I work as a trainer for the local police department's K9 unit. My backyard, that's my sanctuary, a place where German shepherds in all stages of their training run agility drills, sniff out danger, and learn what it means to protect and serve. I swear, those dogs are more disciplined than half the people in this HOA. But see, Willow Creek isn't just any suburb. It's the kind where folks argue over mailbox colors and measure their grass with rulers, and our HOA president, Karen, yeah, she lives up to the name, runs the place like she's guarding the crown jewels. Mid-50s, tight curls, eyes sharper than a hawk on espresso. Karen spends her days patrolling with binoculars, hunting down any sign of rebellion. Bird feeders? Find. Hedges an inch too tall? Ticket. Car poking over the curb? Warning letter in your mailbox. And don't bother trying to reason with her. She's got the rule book memorized. Now, I'd managed to fly under her radar for years, mostly because my fence is high enough to keep out the nosy types. But one afternoon, just as I was finishing up a training session with my latest litter, picture a pack of German Shepherd pups tumbling over each other, adults lounging nearby, ears twitching at every sound. I caught a weird shadow along the back fence. Didn't belong. Turns out, Karen had gotten a complaint about strange noises from my yard. Barking, commands, the usual canine stuff, and instead of, knocking on my door like a normal person, she decided to play secret agent. She parked her golf cart a block away, slipped on her adventure sneakers, and clambered right over my chain link fence, clipboard in one hand, digital camera in the other, probably rehearsing her speech about unauthorized activities. I'll give her points for commitment, but when her khakis hit the grass and she realized just how big my backyard operation was, agility courses, rows of kennels, and a whole lot of very alert dogs, she hesitated. Long enough for Rex, my alpha, to spot her. You ever seen a 100-pound German Shepherd take one look at a trespasser? Rex padded forward, hackles up, teeth bared, and every other dog joined in. A moving wall of fur and muscle, eyes locked on Karen like she was public enemy number one. She tried the old, nice doggies routine, but these guys aren't here for belly rubs from strangers, and the only thing standing between Karen and total humiliation was the fact that police dogs are better trained than most people give them credit for. By the time I ran outside, she was standing in the middle of a semicircle of K9s, clipboard abandoned. Face about 3 shades paler than usual. I hollered. She stammered something about HOA inspections and called off the dogs with a sharp command. They backed off, but not before giving her a look. Like, try that again, lady. Karen scrambled over the fence, dignity in shreds, and vanished down the alley muttering about lawsuits. Of course, next morning, there's a certified letter in my mailbox, official HOA notice, accusing me of unauthorized animal breeding, demanding I cease operations or face eviction. I actually laughed out loud. If only Karen knew, my breeding program was not only licensed by the city, but it's literally a partnership with the police department. All above board, with paperwork that'd make her precious rulebook look like a coloring book. Still, I played along. She called an emergency HOA meeting. Picture a crowd of nervous neighbors, Karen at the front like a prosecutor, spinning this whole wild tale about dangerous dogs running amok in the community. Some folks were actually scared. Others just rolled their eyes. When it was my turn, I laid out every permit, every vet record, even brought a stack of testimonials from police officers whose lives these dogs had saved. Karen's argument wilted faster than her begonias in a drought. But she wasn't done. Suddenly, every little thing became an issue. Fence height, yard maintenance. You name it. I swear, she was in my business more than my ex luckily. I've got friends on the force who know a thing or two about HOA loopholes. Every time she tried to find me, I countered with paperwork, appeals, you name it. The neighborhood started splitting. Some folks loved her rules, but most people, honestly, were just tired of the drama. That's when Karen really kicked it up a notch. She started getting anonymous tips about my operation. Next thing I know, she's flying a drone over my property, borrowed from her nephew, of course, filming my training sessions. She chops up the footage, posts it on the neighborhood Facebook group under some fake account, captioned, "Wild animals in our backyard." Suddenly, the whole suburb is talking. Parents keep their kids indoors. Reporters show up at my door. Now, I could have lost it, but instead, I invited the news crew in, gave them the grand tour, let them film obedience routines, search drills, even had the pups do a little demonstration. People saw the real deal. These dogs are heroes, not monsters. Public opinion swung my way overnight, and I even got a flood of donations for the K9 unit. Karen's smear campaign had backfired in the most satisfying way possible. But did she give up? Nope. She tried filing a lawsuit, claiming emotional distress because of the fence incident. Lucky for me, and unlucky for her, my security cams caught everything. Her sneaking over, trespassing, the whole 9 yards. Judge tossed the case out so fast I almost felt sorry for her. Almost. She even had to pay my court costs, which, you can imagine, went down real smooth at the next HOA board meeting. After that, Karen's control started slipping. Board members whispered about impeachment, but she was still scheming, calling secret meetings with her loyalists, mostly retirees who liked to complain about recycling bins and Halloween decorations. Together, they tried to ram through new bylaws banning commercial activities in residential zones and crafted noise ordinances aimed at shutting down my morning training sessions. Petitions went door to door. Some people signed out of fear, others just wanted peace and quiet. Me? I decided it was time to show everyone the truth. Hosted open houses, let folks meet the dogs up close. Kids fed them treats. Skeptical neighbors left with pockets full of puppy pictures, and the Facebook dog panic started getting drowned out by heartwarming K9 stories. Even the local news dubbed it the dog fight in Willow Creek. You know, not every day you get called a local hero for doing your job. Karen, though, couldn't stand it. One night, during a thunderstorm, she tried sneaking into my yard again, this time dressed all in black, bolt cutters in hand, probably thinking she'd catch me breaking some animal welfare law. But Rex and the pack spotted her in about 2 seconds. I'll never forget the look on her face, cowering in the mud as lightning lit up the yard, dogs surrounding her but never touching, just blocking every exit. I came out with a flashlight, called them off, helped her up, and told her flat out, "This ends now. No threats, just the truth." She nodded, shivering, soaked, totally defeated. Police showed up, documented everything. Trespassing, vandalism, take your pick. The HOA called an emergency vote, and by sunrise, Karen's presidency was hanging by a thread. Even her loyalists were backing away, and the board started impeachment proceedings. Meanwhile, the neighborhood, well, let's just say backyard barbecues replaced board meetings for a while, and the tension eased. But even after Karen got booted, she wasn't quite done. Ordered by the court to do community service at the local animal shelter. Oh, the irony. She spent her days walking yapping strays and cleaning kennels. Folks joked it was poetic justice. Still, every so often, you'd hear rumors she was plotting a comeback, scouring the old rulebooks for loopholes. Me? I kept my cameras rolling, my fences strong, and my dogs trained. The HOA, under new leadership, loosened up, more transparency, fewer silly bylaws, even a proposal for a community dog park. Funny how fast things change once the tyranny's gone. Then came the annual block party. Whole neighborhood showed up. Kids, dogs, even Karen, who was court-mandated to make an appearance for goodwill. As the sun set, a firework misfired and chaos broke out. In the confusion, a little boy went missing, his parents frantic. Rex and I sprang into action, nose to the ground, weaving through crowds, and found the kid huddled under a table, scared but safe. The applause was deafening. Cameras flashed. Karen stood on the sidelines, watching her last narrative crumble. That was it. Her support vanished. She moved out a few months later to a gated condo complex. More rules, fewer dogs, just the way she liked it. Willow Creek found peace again. My backyard's now a community hub. Neighbors volunteer with the pups. Our K9s go on to do real good, and the old drama is just a story folks whisper about over drinks. So, after all that, let me ask you, where's the line between order and overreach? Did Karen get what she deserved, or did things go too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Share your own HOA horror stories, and let's talk justice. Because sometimes, the only thing standing between a petty tyrant and your peace of mind is a well-trained dog and a little bit of backbone. If you like this story, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more wild tales every week. I'll see you next time.